AITA for not protecting my GF from my parents and defending my dad. My parents have a bit of an unusual marriage. My mom is an engineer, petroleum, and my dad is a stay-at-home dad. He didn't want to be. He wanted to be a writer, but he never made any money off of that and had to stay at home to raise us because my mom was working all the time. He is unhappy staying at home to raise us because he feels less of a man, but he can't contribute any other way. My mom is resentful of my dad never contributing financially, and they now hate each other. They consider divorce a sin, but if they didn't, they would have divorced long ago. My GF is a software engineer and very smart, and I hate to say it, but kind of reminds me of my mom. Very independent and straightforward, but not the nurturing type. She admits she wasn't unsure if she would be a good mom until she got a dog and said he opened up motherly instincts she didn't know she had. My parents live 8h away, so she and I went to visit them for the first time recently for the holidays. I told her about their unfortunate life circumstances, but told her not to mention it to them, that she knows because my dad is embarrassed by it. At dinner, my dad asked my GF if she knew how to cook and clean and if she knew how to take care of me. She said she did, but she expected me to do equal in the household, and he told her he didn't want his son marrying a strong woman. Different meaning in Mandarin. Because they are not good at taking care of their husbands and only know how to make money. I agree it was insulting, but she took it too far, but shooting back that at least she can make money and contribute financially to the household and not need her partner to be the breadwinner while hating them for it. My dad was stunned into silence, and then dinner got really awkward. I got mad at her when we were alone, and she got mad at me, saying I didn't defend her and she wasn't going to meekly let him bash her. She said I failed to protect her against my dad and she was going to tell it like she sees it. I reminded her she wasn't supposed to say she knew my parents' situation, that I told her in private, and made her promise to keep quiet, and she snarled back that it was payback for me not defending her. Of course, now she has mad my dad hate her and didn't even try to make him get to know her. Unfortunate life circumstances equals mother having a career and a resentful father? YTA big time. YTA. And if you're out of the house, why doesn't your dad get a job so he can contribute and give your mom a break? If he's so salty about being SAH, why doesn't he do something about it instead of taking it out on your GF? YTA. I'm sorry your dad is miserable, but his life circumstances are his own fault. He picked a career he wasn't any good at, and instead of figuring out a new plan, he let himself get stuck in a role he resents. Instead of accepting this as his own fault, he is pushing your girlfriend into sexist role, and she is having none of it. Good for her. You sounds as cowardly as your father. YTA. Well, you and your dad, you should have defended her right away from that, and your dad has no one to blame for his life but himself. Your mother was the breadwinner because he wanted to be an unsuccessful writer. But considering you compared girlfriend to your mom as an insult, maybe your thinking isn't very far off from his. Wow, your dad and you sound like real catches. Maybe just be with each other, since a woman being successful is so dang scary for the both of you. YTA. YTA. Info. So, why didn't you defend her against a rude, instructive, and sexist question? YTA. Why is it okay for your dad to insult her, but not okay for her to defend herself? YTA. You inherited insecurity and intimidation by the partner's success from your father. YTA. Your dad was horrible and your girlfriend just didn't sit there and take it. She's not a pushover, and nor should she be. YTA. Along with your dad, It looks like you've managed to internalize a lot of your father's insecurities as well. I suggest doing some introspection and unpacking all of that if you want to save this relationship. YTA. He went after her first and insulted her. She fought back and you were spineless and didn't defend her. Tell your father not dish it if he can't take it. I hope she gets you a breakup for Christmas. YTA. Your girlfriend had every right to defend herself. Your father was way out of line. If your father is unhappy with his life, that's his problem to sort out, not attack people he barely knows. YTA. Your family and you are sexist. There should be zero shame in being a stay-at-home dad. Raising children is hard work. Both of your parents are ashamed of him for something that should be praiseworthy. And then instead of shielding your girlfriend from this misogynistic BS, you tell her to not rock the boat and just accept being berated and put down? Fuck no. YTA. Your girlfriend deserves better than you. Your dad can dish it out, but can't take it, so he is an too. If your dad was so miserable, he could have went and found himself a job. YTA. It's unfortunate that your girlfriend blabbed about your family issues when she promised she wouldn't, but respectfully, that's your dad's problem. Him being a misogynist and feeling emasculated by being a stay-at-home parent is something he should have worked out in therapy. If the first time I met my partner's parents, they asked me, "Do you know how to take care of my son and clean up after him?" and my partner didn't immediately say, "We have an equitable relationship," I would never and do not expect her to take care of me. I'd be reconsidering the relationship. Or I'd just leave immediately and it would be over. YTA. Why are you taking marriage advices anyway from someone who is stuck in a bad marriage and would be divorced if it was not a sin in their opinion? You seem not to fit together. Maybe stop wasting her time so she can find someone she deserves. YTA. This one is, like, so obvious. Your dad is a massive hypocrite and a raging a-hole and you're his little yes man, I'm guessing? Yeah. I hope your GF breaks up with you. She deserves better. What do you think you even remotely did right here? YTA. 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 Your dad picked a fight with your GF. His comments were sexist and cruel. If you weren't going to have her back, then you can't blame her for defending herself.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AmITheAsshole is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.